Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we will be talking about Ansu Fati's performance against Germany. Then we will be moving on to Memphis Depay and his situation with a potential move to FC Barcelona. And then lastly we will be talking about Coutinho's stay at the club and what we should expect with Barcelona going forward. And so there is a lot to look forward to, but we are first going to start with Ansu Fati. So the reason why I do want to talk about these players because yes, Spain and Germany did play 2 days ago, and every time we do see these two national teams play, historically it's always been a great game. And this was a match that was a Nations League group match, and one of Barcelona's brightest young stars that did participate in this match was Ansu Fati, which meant that at 17 years old Ansu Fati did make his Spanish debut. He's the youngest player to represent Spain since 1936, and so Ansu Fati did come in on the 46th minute, and immediately we did see the massive impact Ansu Fati did have. And that is the reason why I do want to bring this up, is because the one thing that I have realized about this player is that every time Ansu Fati does get the ball, he does have possession. There were many defenders in this German national team that did foul Ansu Fati, and the one thing that I have noticed about Ansu Fati is that when he does get fouled and when he is on the ground, he does want to continue to play. He does want to continue to take those shots from the opposing players and continue to play with the ball, because at 17 years old, when a player does get bodied and tackled into the ground, you would expect that player to stay on the ground or either call for a foul or complain to the ref. But that is not the case with Ansu Fati, and that is what makes him so great, is that Ansu Fati wants to continue to play. He wants to continue to go to that goal, which is to score that goal. And here's the thing, right? Ansu Fati did not score or provide any assist in this match, and I get why people would assume why we should not be excited for Ansu Fati's performance against Germany. But I really want you guys to take notice that Ansu Fati is showing so much maturity at such a young age. And the reason why that's so important is because if we go back 10 to 12 years ago, Messi was in the exact same situation. When Messi was 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, every time Messi did get fouled against those defenders, one of the greatest things that we always admired from Messi when he was young was that Messi continued to take the ball and try to score that goal. There were times when we said, wow, that ball really does stick to Lionel Messi. Wow, Messi continues to take those shots and he still wants to play. He never calls for a foul. And Ansu Fati is showing those same tendencies. His ability to continue to move forward no matter what really tells us a lot of what Ansu Fati could be in the future. And I think that Ansu Fati can be extremely lethal by the time he does hit 20, 21 years old, once he does master the ability to balance yourself when someone does come in and tries to tackle you. That is something that Fati will have to learn as he gets older, because this does not come by tomorrow. Learning to balance yourself and learning to position yourself in a way to not fall down does take time. We have seen that with Messi at a young age. Yes, did he fall easily? But in time, seeing Messi today in the past 4 to 5 years, it really does take a lot for Messi to go to the ground. And going back to Ansu Fati, Fati can improve in those qualities. Fati does have what it takes to be a world-class player. This match against Germany tells us so much of what Ansu Fati could become. Now, there were also moments where Ansu Fati did track back. He did try to slide tackle and get that ball as soon as possible. And so again, this tells us just how much discipline Ansu Fati does have for himself. And so overall, it was a great display. I know that Koeman was analyzing this game and seeing Ansu Fati perform in this way and saying, you know what? This kid is it. This is the kid that I want to see start in my starting 11. This is the kid that has to be fundamental in my Barcelona squad next season. And we also have Luis Enrique, who did say, today Ansu Fati showed that he is special and we must take care of him. He is a very mature boy and he can become a major player. Moving on to Memphis Depay. It says here that Depay could sign for FC Barcelona. The Dutch forward would be an express request for Ronald Koeman. Depay still has 1 year left in his contract, and according to multiple sources, the player has shown his willingness to wear the jersey of the club. And so when we are talking about Memphis Depay, right, I want to make 2 points here on why this does attract a lot of interest. One is because, yes, it's true. If we do bring in this player, this would only cost us 25 million euros. And when you compare that to the market and how these other forwards are being priced, this is a great deal to be made, because this is also a player who does have UCL experience and is also the captain of Lyon. And if you're going to tell me that we can get this player for 25 million euros, it does raise a lot of interest. And the second point is that Koeman does favor Depay's versatility, because this is not a forward that's just going to be playing one position. He can play as an attacking midfielder, he can play as a left winger, and also as a striker. And so simply, he is a world-class player. And if Barcelona do end up suffering like they did last season, where they did lack attacking options, Memphis Depay can contribute in any of those roles. roles, whether it's right wing, left wing, or as the forward. But with that being said, right, I want to make one point on why I would say that Memphis Depay may not come to FC Barcelona. So we know that this player is a phenomenal player. We know that. We know the type of quality he brings. Bringing in Memphis Depay would result in the chance of not bringing in Lautaro Martinez, a player that we have been working with since October 2019. There has been so many reports stating that if we do fail to get Lautaro Martinez, the second option would be Memphis Depay. And if we are going to get Memphis Depay, that is going to completely rule out the transfer of getting Lautaro Martinez. Now, many of you guys might say, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having Memphis Depay because he does have UCL experience. Lautaro Martinez has not proven himself to be a great number 9 yet. But here's the thing. Barcelona right now is going to let go of Luis Suarez, who was that number 9 that scored goals, who was that number 9 that provided assists. And Barcelona right now is looking for a complete number 9, a player who has devoted himself to just be a number 9, to be that star striker. And I think that if we're talking about Depay, is going to be that next number 9, a player who's going to be turning 27, 28 years old in the next year. Is that really going to be it? Is that going to be our number 9? Are we really going to use Depay as our number 9 replacement and play him full time in that role, knowing that Depay is not always used as that number 9? And so that is my biggest problem, right? I think that is going to depend on the intentions of Barcelona. What do they want to do with this player? Do they want to use him full time as the Luis Suarez replacement, or are they going to use him as the impact super sub, or maybe as a player who can sub in for a player who is injured like Dembele, Ansu Fati, Suarez, Messi? What is going to be Barcelona's intentions? But let me know what you guys think. Do you see Memphis Depay replacing Luis Suarez's shoes as the new number 9 for Barcelona going forward? Moving on to the last topic of the day, and we are going to be talking about Felipe Coutinho. So news did come out about 2 days ago stating that Coutinho did cut his vacation short. He was originally supposed to come on Tuesday of next week, but Coutinho did arrive 4 days earlier. And it has been said that Coutinho does want to come to Barcelona as soon as possible and train as hard as possible to get the best results with Barcelona. So he wants to work hard. He does want to have a second go with this team. And it's very exciting to see that Coutinho does want to come into this club and succeed at Barcelona. But here's the one thing that we have to take note of, right? It has been confirmed that Messi will be staying in Barcelona. I have always said throughout my lives on IG, TikTok, if Messi does leave, it will only be more beneficial for Coutinho to stay at Barcelona, and he will have a higher chance to succeed in this team. If Messi does stay in Barcelona, that is only going to push Coutinho out and decrease his chances of succeeding in Barcelona. Why do I say that? That is because Messi and Coutinho do occupy the same space, not the same position, but the same space. And ultimately, I think that we are going to see Coutinho and Messi play in the same team throughout the next season, which means that we're going to have to question, right, is how is Koeman going to use Messi and Coutinho in the same starting 11? Now, the only solution that I do see from this is a formation of 4-2-3-1, something that Koeman could use in Barcelona. And the reason why I am so into having a 4-2-3-1 with Barcelona is because if we see the match between Argentina versus Brazil, that was a Copa America semi-final match that did take place on June 2019. In that match, Brazil played a 4-2-3-1, and in that 3-man midfield, Coutinho was right in the center of that midfield. And I don't know if you guys remembered, but Coutinho completely flourished in that system. He was very exciting. You can see the Brazil fans praising Coutinho for his performance, and I remember being in that moment and saying, wow, Coutinho has so much talent, and for him to not produce that in Barcelona tells us so much of how he did handle Felipe Coutinho. And the only reason why it worked so well is because Coutinho knew that behind him, he did have Arthur Melo and Casemiro, who did form that defensive unit. So Coutinho was more than comfortable to roam around that opposition's box, which is going to lead me to 2 points. One, Coutinho can succeed in Barcelona in a 4-2-3-1 system. Who are going to be those players behind him? It could be either De Jong or Pjanic, De Jong or Puig, De Jong or Lenya, De Jong or Busquets, or De Jong and Wijnaldum. There are so many options, and he especially could be effective when he does have great wingers on his left side and on his right side, because in that Brazil match against Argentina, Coutinho greatly utilized Gabriel Jesus and Everton. And the same thing can be applied with Coutinho at FC Barcelona when he does have Dembele and Ansu Fati. So it works, right? Coutinho can work in Barcelona. The second point is this: Messi and Coutinho do not have to start in that starting 11. It can always be switched. Messi can leave and be replaced by Dembele, and Coutinho can play in that attacking midfield role. Or Messi could come in, replace Dembele, and have Coutinho be as a sub. We don't always have to fit every player in that starting 11, because like I explained before, having a strong bench is one of the best things you can do to succeed throughout a season. And if you're going to tell me that Barcelona can have Coutinho play as an impact super sub or have Messi play as an impact super sub. I don't see why not. I don't see why Barcelona cannot do that. That will only lead to Barcelona being extremely flexible within their starting 11, and we're also going to have plan B, plan C, plan D, something that we did struggle with in the past 3 seasons. And so this could only mean good things. Coutinho does have a spot in Barcelona. He can succeed. It has already been proven, and I think that if Koeman reads this well, he can get this done in this club in the next season, and we can produce great results within the coming months. So that'll be it for today's Barcelona daily news. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you guys who are watching me for the first time, welcome to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.